Carcillo's line of fire, and the puck squirts aimlessly away. Now we've got Pszenyczny roughing up. I believe that's Corey Perry right in front of the London bench. And Rick, I guess this isn't completely unexpected.
No, it's not completely unexpected with regards to the type of game these teams played last night as Corey Perry gets involved here. And it's very unusual.
Here we go.
Here we go. We have Quincey and Hanchuck and Dylan Hunter getting involved as well.
Yeah, Hanchuck, I think, just kind of laid him on the ice. And now we've got Bain going over to have a chat with Hanchuck. Now Pszenyczny is pretty hot under the collar as well. They're going to try and get Bain over to the penalty box area. He has a little wave for Pszenyczny. Sort of to motion. You don't want any of this action. Shots on goal, by the way, reading 40-33 in favor of the London Knights, and that sort of illustrates what kind of performance, especially early in the game, that Ryan Muntz has turned in here this afternoon. He's been pretty steady back there.
Ryan Muntz has been very steady for the Sarnia Sting, and he's the reason that they were in the game early on. As we pointed out early in the game, that the London Knights went up 10-1 in shots. As we get Corey Perry led to the bench, the penalty box now, as he and Baker got tangled up in that. And hopefully we won't have Corey Perry getting a third man in. As we start right in front of the London bench as Baker gets hit by
it was
Bain, and then Pszenyczny decides to come in and help out and takes a swipe at Corey Perry, and then Baker takes a swipe at Corey Perry as well, and this is how it all starts.
Yeah, you're right. As Bain threw a lick on one of the Sarnia players, and now the gloves, sticks, helmets litter the ice. A cleanup will have to commence here. Players from both sides trying to distribute the. See, it's funny right now because so many of the gloves around the league are kind of an all-black thing that it's kind of hard to find who owns what gloves. And Baker and Perry are done for the afternoon. They continue to jaw from long range.
Well, Baker and Perry get the gate for the afternoon, so obviously they got 5 minutes for fighting and possibly 2 minutes for roughing prior to that.
Weidman and Newberry are down to get the information of the penalties which will come. Hanchuck is over there again. Again, it's a kind of a glove organization mission.
And we talked about Muntz and the game that he's had, and I don't think Coleman has played too bad in relief this afternoon of Irani. Other than that last goal, the 7th goal, he's put in a steady performance. And as we say, goaltending is such a mental preparation game that it's nice to see Coleman getting back in here.
Well, and you know, we have to say as well, and I think rightfully so, Irani has provided the London Knights with some stellar goaltending of his own. We've talked about Muntz, but Irani, in the absence of the #1 goaltender in London, Chris Houle, is out with a bad knee. I think he's done just a tremendous job in relief. Couple of shutouts in amongst his work over the last few games. And Coleman, he came in cold, and he hasn't played in a while. And in his defense, the Sarnia Sting came with all their offensive juggernauts in here this afternoon and have done a pretty good job in taking a game that was very close and kind of putting the London Knights, you know, out of distance a little bit as this game has gone on. But Irani, I think, has done a very nice job for the London Knights.
Well, Irani started this game with a .949 save percentage, and in the last 5 hockey games that he started, he was 3-1-1. So obviously 7 of a possible 10 points with Irani in goal. He's had 2 shutouts, so you're riding a hot hand of Irani here into today's game. But it's nice to see Gerald Coleman getting back in. Gerald Coleman's the future of this franchise when it comes to tending the goal. And I know that the London Knights can't wait for Chris Houle to come back. And Chris Houle is possibly about 2 weeks away. In talking with him today before the hockey game, he's exercising, he's on the bike, and he's going to go full out in practice this week. The doctors have given him the green light. They're going to tape up his knee, possibly put a brace on it, and he hopes to be ready to go in 2 weeks.
As we just saw, Danny Fritchie, who was injured in the game last night, got a very badly swollen eye. We saw the play kind of develop as he was taken out of the play in behind one of the goals, and he kind of came down. He looked like he hit his head on the ice last night. As we look at Jeff Perry.
And Jeff Perry, the coach of the Sarnia Sting, he was Toronto's 6th round draft pick, the Toronto Maple Leafs 6th